to another episode of Craft Night on the 999 ASMR Tarot channel. And tonight we are going to be doing paper critters, and this is the frame I made for my paper critter. I put some cling wrap on it with the hope to maybe that'll work better. I don't know. We'll start in with a pair of gloves. And I got my paper mache goo here that we're going to be using. But first, one more glove. Alex, you made it. Thank you. We're doing paper. We got the paper mache. Welcome and thank you. Ooh. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm using to give it just a little bit more structure. Okay, you could stay for as long as you like. That's great. Oh, it fell over. So we're just going to be putting the goo on. I'm a little bit sleepy myself. Kind of put the layers on. Did you do anything exciting today, Alex? Well, I think we're just going to do this one paper critter here. Gymnastics. Did you watch the Olympics? And see the performance of, what was her name, Simone? Silly little guy, huh? All right, welcome, silly little guy. Welcome to Craft Night, where we are making it's paper. It's a newspaper, and it's wrapped in a, and I have a, it has a it's a cooked flour water paste. So it's flour, water, and it is this is what it is, paper. And if you're just joining us, just don't forget to push the like button if you like what you see. So this is goo. It's goo coated paper, and it looks like applesauce. Yeah, it kind of does actually. It kind of does look like applesauce. You're right, Alex. Oh, I don't know. I think maybe applesauce. Pork chops and applesauce. John Applewood, welcome. Luz, welcome. Oatmeal, Ryan, welcome. Welcome to Papercraft Hour, where we are going to be working on this little paper mache creature. I think I'm going to cut this piece off here. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Don't sit in. Pumpkin, welcome. You got to change your positions a little bit. So we want to somehow get the, I think this is going to be the head. You know what, Lowe's, I don't really know what it's going to be. Not at this time. You'll find out what it's going to be. You're sitting in a ball. So we're just going to we're putting our imagination caps on right now, and we're just kind of thinking maybe you can theorize what this creature is going to be. But I'm really, at this point in time, I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to let the paper guide where this is going. Joaquin, welcome. I am making a paper critter. This is paper, and this is paper mache. This is paper mache glue or paste. And maybe it's going to be a dog. Maybe it's going to be not a frog. Oh, this sticky stuff in the container, well, the sticky stuff in the container is paste. It's paste. It's made out of flour and water. Like a dino horse. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, a dino horse. Hello, Jack. So maybe it's kind of like a dinosaurish, yeah, maybe that's what we're going to do here. Maybe we want to wrap this a little tighter. The paste does look pretty gross, I will admit that. A giraffe? Well, I think the neck is too short to be a giraffe. All right, you'll be watched back. So you want to watch a few different streams. And don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. And if you want to come back, there's also the subscribe button. I'm going to build up the head here. So you earn your subscription. Good vibes. Well, thank you. Thank you, Joaquin. See you later, Luz. Hopefully you'll find some more other ones that are something that's entertaining, more entertaining than paper mache. A Komodo dragon, you know, that could be it. Especially if this is the back side, but maybe it's going to be some kind of a dragon. You're going to watch this for a while. You want to see what the outcome is. So I'm only going to do one creature today. I do have I have another mold, but I'm going to save that for a different day. This is going to take a while to build it up, and anyways. Welcome, welcome, rival. Welcome. Welcome to the craft night. Let's wrap some of this up here. Kind of bulk them out here in the chest region. Zen, welcome, Zen and Ink. Let's see, what can I do to make this? I got any more of that other material? I got this big giant bag full of paper, and I don't have the kind of paper I'm looking for. Well, all right, we'll just keep going with this. The most time-intensive piece I have made, Joaquin, is in 2019, I painted a seascape that took me about 9 months to complete. And everything that I've done on a live stream is something that I've done in essentially under 2 hours. So yeah, paintings are the most oh, 2 years for or not 2 years, but if you want to look at it, Alex, with paintings, Leonardo da Vinci, it took him like a decade to do the Mona Lisa. So whale paintings take way longer to do than acrylic paintings, because it's the dry time. Because before you do 9 months, mainly is because it took one of the things that why it took me 9 months is because I got the skyline done the way I wanted it, and then it took me a while to do the ocean, to do the waves and the sunset over the waves. But I have a lot of patience. You're right. That's correct. I was gifted with the gift of patience. And so let's just come around this way here. Yeah, I've been doing creative stuff all my life. You know, when I was younger, I think, you know, when you're younger, you got an idea of what you want to do, but you don't have the ability to do it. Oh, well, you know what? A lot of these things just takes a lot of practice, because you see, I'll tell you something. All right, so I'll tell you something. Joaquin and Alex, that Welcome, it's me. I am making a paper critter. It's a paper mache critter. Not quite sure what kind of a critter it is, but you know, maybe when it comes down to the painting process, when I paint it later, not today, because it's going to take a while to. So, welcome, Scott G. So, when you were younger, you wanted to be a trash man. So, anyways, I'm. Okay, so if we want to talk about, let's say, time, things that took time to learn. It took me time to learn how to lay down a line of poetry. To one that was satisfactory to the way I imagined it in my mind. And so okay, so why don't you guys just okay, all right, you can battle that out yourself. It's going to be adding some more bulk on this. Thank you. This is my, so if you are being relaxed, K3Y Ron, well, this is a paper critter. That's what it is. The exact kind of paper critter it is I don't really know, but we will find out. Okay, all right. Anyways, I'm putting layer on top of layer on top of layer until I get the body part here to look less snake-like and have more more power, like it's maybe it's my dino. Scott G, welcome. So it's yeah, so maybe it's a horse, but maybe it's my but the tail over here is really kind of is like dragon-like. So it's a dragon horse. How about that? Good dragon horse. Yeah, dragon horse. I'm going to tie this up kind of loose to give it some more bulk. It doesn't have to be on there really tight. I paint and I write. I've been doing writing. I've been doing writing the longest. So, and I do photography. So, yeah, I do. I write. Writing was the thing that I've been doing the longest, and then it came photography, and then it is actually video production is actually I've done that for a while, and then I have done then I picked up painting in 2015, 2016 is when I started painting. And I just started doing paper mache like last month. But so what it is what I can tell you for if you're a young person out there is that once you pick up one creative skill, it's really easy to pick up other ones. Well, you know what? Joaquin, you can. Am I saying your name right? I hope. What you can do is you can practice, and it takes a while to practice. So, like when I'm, so as an example, Joaquin, I practiced writing poetry for 30 years before I started writing poems that I liked. So that's kind of so sometimes if you have the desire to write, and see, I started with a disadvantage because I have this learning disability called audio processing disorder, and so reading and writing was one of the most hardest things I had to learn. So I didn't actually learn. Yeah, I'm not going to do poems tonight. Not with I'm not gonna. I can do them, but not when I'm in the middle of having all this goo on my hands from the paper mache goo. But I did poems the other night, and I read quite a few poems I think for Alex. But yeah, I will do. Um, if I get up early, I'm gonna do a painting session tomorrow morning. I don't know what time, but it all depends on the time I get to sleep when I get done finishing this. And so, okay, I started doing tarot. Okay, here's the story. I'm going to give you the story, which is the true story of why I started doing tarot. It was that tarot was something I always wanted to do, but my Catholicism and my religion kind of being the kind of person I am, I felt like it was against my religion to do tarot. And then, but then I had tarot is an art of divination. You can look it up. I've drawn. I have my tiny deck of tarot cards right over here. Reading cards, yeah. So I started. So, yeah, I don't really think it's that, but what? But so here's how I started doing tarot was I had right after I was recovering from COVID, and I was talking with one of my aunts, and she told me that her grandmother, who immigrated to the United States in who immigrated to the United States, was a tarot reader, and I'd always wanted to learn tarot, and so I decided that I was going to learn tarot, and that was why. Yeah, well, what I kind of look at what I look at tarot like is more like you're more like you're diving into your own unconscious mind, and And so the tarot cards are like a shovel, and you're shoveling into your own, you're kind of like hacking into your own subconscious. And that's kind of the way I look at the tarot. But my my views of Christianity are quite loose as well, though they've always been kind of loose. And so anyways, that's enough of that. That's why. And so tarot is kind of it's related to writing, because you are weaving a story around a bunch of images, and that's the way you can look at it. And a lot of times on this program, Joaquin, what I've used the tarot cards for is as just plain writing prompts for poetry. And so taking the images on the card and then well, but if you really want to know where tarot came, the tarot came out of Jewish mysticism. So and if you really want to think about it, you can do divining with a lot of different things. And you can take a book and you can open it up to some random page and put your finger down on that page, and sometimes what you come across is yeah. So anyways, I have a couple tarot long play videos. I don't read for I don't read for other people. I just put it to you that way. I don't read for other people. I read for my sister, and and that's about it at this particular time. The reason why is because I don't have yeah, it's kind of like that as me. The reason I don't read for other people is because I don't have all the cards memorized. And so it's I won't read for other people, especially not on YouTube, because I'm using the tarot the way I'm using it. Not all tarot channels do people actually read for other people. Some people just do flip throughs and do stuff like that. And I'm gonna be doing one of those coming up soon. Yeah, you know, they collect decks and then they display the art on them and do stuff like that. Let's see, what else? We got to work on the head here, don't we, here? What do I need to do to make this head a little bit bigger? Well, good night, Alex. We'll see you the next time. Let's see. I really need some other paper type. I'm going to go into my big bag of, yeah. see if I have any egg carton material. I don't. I think I used it all up. Alright, well. Okay, what am I going to do now? To work on the head. Well, Esme, welcome. Have a blessed night. So, what can I do to this to make the head bigger? Yeah. I don't have what I needed. I was going to bring some egg carton material in here to fill out the head, but I didn't bring it. It's just in the next room over, though. But I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to try not to get anything on my fingers. This here is an icon. And icons come out of the Orthodox tradition, but in the early part of the church, very few people knew how to read and write. And so in the early church, they use images like icons and statues and things like that to tell the story. And so that's one of the things. But one of the other things to know is that prior to Constantine's conversion in like 321, there were multiple a lot more scriptures than what exists today. And so the Dead Sea Scrolls and revealed that there were a whole lot more gospels that were written as well. So Jonathan, welcome, Jonathan. I don't know what I'm making. I'm making a dino horse or a dragon horse. I think that's what it is. It's a dragon horse. Because it looks kind of like maybe it's some kind of a dinosaur. Maybe. I'm gonna spit this gum out. I'm starting to run low on goo here. I think I'm gonna go back to working on the head. We might want to put some feathers on this thing. So yeah, I studied religion and mathematics in college, and not a bit of art. Well, I did study guitar. I did do that. So I guess maybe that's that. Oh, I think we can do that. We'll just work on that. But as far as church history is concerned, there were multiple thoughts on on the church. So if we go back to the tarot was created out of Jewish mysticism called Kabbalah, and so it out of the Kabbalah, which was Jewish mysticism, and then there was another order of called Rosicrucianism. So tarot actually was created out of the church. It came. The first tarot deck. I actually have a representation of the first tarot deck. I don't know if I want to make that. What can I do to make this maybe a little bit more bulky here, like that? And the first tarot deck, the complete tarot deck, was created in like the 1490s. Or it makes you think differently. What kind of does, it gives you a different view. Let's take this and let's just strap that in a bit so it has a little bit more. I like that, kind of like that. A little thinner around the neck there. And like the 1490s, yes. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take these gloves off, and I'm gonna show you. I guess I'm gonna burn these gloves up and put on another pair. This here is it's a representation of the very first tarot, complete tarot, coming from like 1491. And it's close to, it's what Pamela Coleman Smith used in order to make the Rider-Waite tarot. And so, but the first tarot was a game. It was a game. It was a game that called Tarocchi. It was like some Italians. Okay, you took a glove off and you became a dad. Well, I'm just going to briefly show you this, and then this is from the very first tarot, and the very first tarot was a game, and this actually, in all these images here are from their representation of Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar in the fall of the Rome as. So there's a Shakespearean play called Julius Caesar, and the Shakespearean play Julius Caesar is about how Julius Caesar was the very first dictator of Rome. Yes, and so that first deck of card, that first tarot deck, and those images are all from the artistic representation of the event of Julius Caesar and the fall of Rome as a republic, and as it went into into becoming something else, going from a democracy into a dictatorship. And so if you, I'm guessing, I don't know for certain but there was a game before tarot was about divination. was a game that people played. Now, the ordinary playing deck, so the ordinary playing card, the 52 cards, is actually comes right out of the tarot, and so those card games that you have, those are from originally it came from the tarot. So that's just a little brief history into tarot. Welcome, Clive. Yeah, that's what it is. Maybe that's what it looks like, huh? And let's see, what are we going to do now? I think it needs some feathers or something like that. Yeah. Well, anybody can do this. I mean, the glue is yeah. Let's just see here. Maybe it needs some feathers, right? Maybe it's wings. Maybe it needs wings. Nah, we'll just go like this. It's like a hot rod or something. You know what? It's a imaginary creature. This we are in imagination land right now, and we are creating. We're creating imaginary creatures. So maybe we want to cut this down just a bit. Let's see what goes here. We're just gonna. It has a kind of a fan kind of a thing going on. Yeah, well, I don't think it's a dog anymore, Fragment. It is a dog from Imagination Land. Almost out of glue here. I'm kind of like thinking like, oh, that's great. Doing scrap metal welding stuff. Yeah. Well, you know, maybe it's like a, you know what? We're just creating stream of consciousness. That's what we're doing right now. I'm almost out of cooked goo. So there's two types of that I've found so far of making different recipes for making paper mache glue. And this one that I'm using here is, oh yeah, I knew people, Joaquin, who I used to bartend with, who went through welders programs, and so I don't know that I don't know anybody who's gone through a welders program that has actually worked as a welder. Hmm. Well, I need to give this stuff some more structure. I don't want it to like fall off. I'm gonna use a brush here to paint the stuff on. Maybe we go and move to a different color. Some black paper here. Yeah, so the glue, it's really simple. It's just flour and water and salt. So Joaquin, what are your skills? Do you like to work with your hands, or are you good with if you're good with numbers, you could consider doing a 2-year accounting degree. And with a 2-year accounting degree, you can do bookkeeping, or you could work for CPAs and do tax accounting, working with tax. Okay, so before that, you were before welding, you were a tattoo artist. Yeah. Another thing is if you can multitask. Well, how old are you, Joaquin? I mean, may I ask how old you are? Because if you are like in your 20s, then I would because I would suggest wildland firefighting. The season is about halfway through, but wildland firefighting as a career is not bad, and it's people can do it until they're about 40. So you're 21, and so wildland firefighting is a good career. It's really hard work. It does take you away from home for months and months at a time, and you have to have really good physical conditioning. Um, Landscaping. The other thing is casino work is good too. If you are, because when I used to work in a casino, there was a guy who was used to be former construction, and he was making really good money just as a cocktail waiter, and so a really charming cocktail waiter in a casino can make, you can make anywhere from nothing to like $50 an hour, depending on if you're in Las Vegas casinos. You can make a lot more. It's harder to get those jobs, but those ones also depend on how charming and good looking you are. So I'll put this down here. There we go. I think it's starting to take shape here. Elite Gaming. Yeah. Welcome, Elite Gaming. I'm gonna put some more of this, paint more of this on here. Feel like I need to do some reinforcements here. I think I'm gonna take this stuff, tissue paper, and tie it up around here so it's kind of textures things. Yeah. So Joaquin, are you too old to go to Job Corps? I've known people who've gone to Job Corps when they're, I think, in your age. Job Corps. It's a well, just look it up. It's it provides work training for people who had just graduated from high school, and it may go upwards to like 21. I think 21 might be the upper limit to how old you can be to get on Job Corps. But so yeah, Job Network Agency, and so Job Corps, if you apply to Job Corps and they accept you into that, then you can get you can get out of your hometown or wherever you're at and go someplace else and learn something, hang around with other people in your own pretty much age group, and do that. That's a so that gives it a little more structure. So There's 3 of you here. Probably more, because I know how that YouTube works. All right, let's just put this on here, right along the back. It is, it's coming along. It is indeed. I'm going to put this in here just to give it a little more structure. Oh, so you're on the other side, on in Australia. One of my neighbors did a logging internship in Australia several years ago. You're welcome. Thank you. We're just doing stream of consciousness here. Stream of consciousness. Well, if you're considering the military, you might also think about the Coast Guard. If you're a really good athlete and a good swimmer and things, the Coast Guard is one option, but the Merchant Marines is also another option, and that can make a good career, and you can live anywhere in the United States and pretty much get it. Well, you have to live within a port, in one of the within a major port like Seattle or some other places. Yeah. So the Merchant Marines is a way to make if you can get into the Merchant Marines, good way to make they make it a decent amount of money. I've known quite a few people who were in the Merchant Marines. One was a ship's engineer, and then around 30 something he got out, and then he's now like he's a mechanical engineer working for SeaTac Airport. Let's move this over here. I don't want to screw up the yeah. But you know, there's also the National Guard. So, Joaquin, do you live anywhere near any tribal casinos? I mean, I mean, because my main work that I've done in my life is I did bookkeeping, and then I worked in alcohol services for many years in casinos. Well, in Atlanta. So yeah, so in Atlanta they have their own non-tribal casinos over there, if I remember right. Casino, casinos are hard. It's hard work, and they're hard jobs, and sometimes they're hard job. They're easy jobs to get fired from too, and but you can make a really decent living working in a casino. Not maybe if you want like $50 an hour, then you got to do bartending. Bartenders tend to make like in that $50 an hour bracket when you add in tips and everything else. You and especially if you come out to the West Coast. If you come out to the West Coast, you can make a lot more money on the West Coast in casinos than you can. Yeah, but so there's alcohol service is a pathway to make a lot more. Make you can make a live. You can make it a living wage. Um, in alcohol service. That's all I can tell you. It's absolutely true. But it does require a lot of multitasking and a lot of charm. I see. So you me you work as a barista for like Starbucks or something? Let's see how my little critter's doing here. I wonder if I'm going to need another layer after this. Sometimes when you put all this, yeah, I got my own espresso maker here at my house. It's it's a flare is what it's called, and so it's like a okay. Then that's not really for you. You know, that's why there's the other suggestion of wildland firefighting um, is it's hard work, and you can also make a lot of money that within those jobs as well. And they generally don't bulk about paying you overtime. Whereas, like you go to some McDonald, you go to whatever kind of work, and they'll really nail you for working over your 40 hours or something like that. And if you're working $18 an hour and you're doing 100-hour work weeks, and then maybe you go on unemployment during the winter time when you're off for like 3 or 4 months. All right, we're just going to paint this paste on the outside just to give it a good coating here. I might actually come back to this thing. Okay, the coffee place. I've never actually. You worked at a mushroom farm? Huh. Was it like the kind of mushrooms that are in grocery stores? Maybe we need to have like some feathers on the head or something. Yeah, I think we're going to add some feathers onto the head. Head feathers. Welcome, Mel. How are you, Mel? Well, you know, I haven't even put my little cards up yet. So if you like what you see, I do stuff like this often. Have to do the whole YouTube thing. I'm going to go to some blue paper. I'm doing wonderful, Mel. Thank you for asking. And I wanted to thank everyone for pushing the like button that has pushed the like button. And if you had pushed the sub button, thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. You're having a blessed night? Great. That's good to hear. I want to make some little feathers for the head. Yeah, I think so too. I'm almost out of my paper mache paste here, so that will probably be. I've been on an hour, so it's a little bit after midnight. I do have the other. I do have Elmer's glue. I can do a few things with Elmer's glue if I so desire, and maybe these feathers are kind of like ears too. Small feathers like these, yeah. So 3:18 where you're at? Yeah, I came on in 11:11 Pacific time. So this is my other creature that I did. You can see that one's. I did this probably like a month ago. All right, let's get back at it here. Use up the last of the paste. Yeah, thank you. It's which got me this idea that with that one I was painting with Elmer's glue and tissue paper, colored tissue paper. I'm gonna put this on down here. Oh, so Mel, you're in Bulgaria, so it's 10. That's 10:19 in the morning, if I remember right. You're advanced. Yeah, so I've had people from Spain on here, from Poland, and from the UK. Yeah, but that's as As Joaquin says, I've never met anyone from Bulgaria either. Though I have a cousin, a first cousin. I have a first cousin who is lives in Sweden. Actually, I got a lot of family in Sweden. Maybe oh, you're from Mexico? Yeah. Well, I'm a huge mix. My father was a first/second generation American from Sweden. My mother's father was a first generation American from Germany, and I have and then I have roots that go all the way back to the Mayflower in the United States. So I have Mayflower parents who let's do one more little red feather that's just kind of out there with attitude here. Get a little attitude in these feathers here. Here we go. They're not all the same. So it consists of thin layers put together with a mix of egg and cheese and making it so is that like baklava or something like that? Baklava? That does sound tasty. Just look, it looks like Good would love to try it one day. So what about cooking, Joaquin? So similar to baklava, but so baklava is sweet, so this one's not. So yeah, that'd be great. So what about um being a cook, Joaquin? What do we got here? It goes up and down. I'm gonna guess that my final view count is gonna be around 500 tonight. So there we go. We got this stuff. All right. Well, maybe Joaquin, you should look into that Job Corps and see about before you turn 22 years of age. You can I think you can go into Job Corps and getting a job training in cooking is something that you can do from Job Corps. I'm going to work on... Okay, let's put this thing down. Stuff sticks to your fingers. Use the last of the glue. I want to put this thing in here, just give it some more structural. Your sleep schedule, yeah, well, mine has been off for years. My bedtime for many years was someplace between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. And I kind of stuck to it, even though I don't have to, but I've stuck to it. I have a hard time getting to sleep before 4, actually. Oh! Yep. So it's not a horse anymore. Maybe a dino horse. Putting this down here. I want to get more of this stuff right under the neck here. I want this to all come together so it's not gonna, so my feathers ain't gonna fall off. Mr. Brock, hello, welcome. It's like a dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. Oh. Well, this stuff is sliding down. Maybe we have it so it's kind of like a rough around. I guess that's not what I wanted to do. This paper is so difficult to work with. Oh, I hit the camera. All right, let's go. Okay. Okay. Let's do a little of this, a little tearing. Gotta have some paper sounds if you're doing this. Get this thing stuck on here. Maybe I'll add a little water to this to get it to stick down, and there we go. Well, what's going on over here? This stuff is coming up off the... All right. Oh, page 16. That piece of paper was taken from. I'm going to get that to stick down. Get that to stick down. Bend over. That's like my favorite name. One of them. Welcome, Bend Over. Space Unified. Welcome. Welcome to the craft night. And I'm just some random guy. Just some random guy on YouTube doing stuff. Let's just put this on the tail here. Mushroom, I am making this. It's a paper critter. We are in Imagination Land and working right out of Imagination Land. Chad Free, welcome. Welcome. Maybe, yeah, it might be a Komodo dragon, one that has a Komodo dragon from a long time ago. It's some kind of a dragon. It's a dragon horse or something. I need to... Well, it's got like feathers. All right. I don't want to use this stuff, but I got some more slime we could use. This other slime is no good when it comes to this one will, when it dries as has a film. It looks like flour. 333. I see that number all the time, Joaquin. Which is why my channel is 999, mainly because I see all kinds of those types of numbers all the time. I'm coming up on into my third year of doing this channel. Reagan, hello, welcome. I'm just going to add a little bit more onto this. Nope, I didn't want to add that much. Got this tail. 444, yeah. Yeah, you see this. It just goes down the range of it. Which is why I started the stream at 11:11. Yeah. Landing. Yeah. What's cheer landing, Mushroom? Is that like a champion cheer thing, like, or something like that? Gymnastics and... Oh, you said that wrong. Okay. I mean, I've had nieces that competed in champion cheer, like all across the United States. That was years ago, but... All right. I'm thinking that this is getting really close to being cheerleading. Oh, you mean cheerleading, yeah. Cheerleading, oh. You know, when people say cheerleading, I really think of that movie, Dodgeball. You ever see the movie Dodgeball, Mushroom? Anybody see the movie Dodgeball? One of the characters in it was a cheerleader. Yeah, it's old, but it's funny. It's funny. Um, yeah. Trying to get this to stick. I want it to stay. At this point in time, we're gonna need to change to. You watch as Invader Zim Inter Flores. Yeah. Well, look up the movie. Look up the movie. Dodgeball. And if you ever come back, and watch one of my streams, you can tell me what you think of that movie Dodgeball. It's probably 20 years old. It might be even older than 20 years. Okay, let's see. We'll do that. Put the Elmer's glue down and all right. We got this. All right, I'm at 90 minutes into this thing. The Invader Zim conspiracies. Chad Free, welcome. Maybe you've already been here. So I'm going to, because I got tarot in my title, I'm just going to pull one of these tiny tarot cards and see what it says. So the card of the moment is the Emperor. And this is about being in command of your own energy, in command of your own power. The Emperor sits on his throne, sure of himself or herself. All right. That is my little card drawing for that. Oh yeah, if you just recently arrived, the major arcana, yeah. Like and subscribe if you so desire. If not, that's fine too. This was a craft night. I'm doing paper mache like things on Tuesday nights. 11 something Pacific time, because I'm in Oregon and I'm in the Pacific Coast. And sometimes I do paper mache Friday or Saturday nights. I do painting. So this is something that I painted recently, but not on the show. I'm going to do a painting tomorrow morning, most likely. And then if I get up in time, I'm going to do a painting tomorrow morning before noon. And then on Thursday, I'm supposed to get a tooth pulled, so I'm not going to be coming on Thursday at all. And hopefully I feel good enough to come on Friday night around 11 something p.m. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, there are lots of young people on here, Joaquin. Um, so yeah. Anyways, I'm going to call it a night because I need to try to get up early to try and do an early morning stream, early for me. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. And I wanted to thank everybody for just sticking and chatting with each other. It's been just a great time. Amara, Leah, welcome. Well, I don't really have an answer for that question. I'm going to be, I'm not doing tarot readings. I'm just, I was just doing paper mache. I'm not, well, if you're not with your ex, maybe you should move on to someone else. So anyways, I'm just about ready to finish here. And I'm just thanking everybody for their support tonight. And this is the paper mache creature that we created in Imagination Land here. And thank you, Mushroom. Thank you. I really appreciate all of you guys to participate in the chat. That really helps me and gives me, inspiration for doing these projects and so forth. So thank you very much. And I will be, the next nighttime one I do will be Friday night, 11 Pacific time. And that's Pacific as in like San Francisco, Seattle, but not Pacific as in Alaska. So Pacific time as in Seattle at 11:11. So if you're coming from the other side of the world, that's when I'll be coming on the next time at night, and I'll be coming on at Saturday night that same time too. And have a blessed night. And you're welcome for the advice. The advice was free. And like hanging out and had a great time together, and I really appreciate you guys being here. So I'm gonna wish you guys the rest of your week, and thank you for that. I appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.